Welcome back, my sovereign souls. This is And They Lied, a child's healing from abuse of a biker's daughter. And I'm your host, Shannon. Welcome. Today's episode is one that has been pressing on my spirit, shall we say. One that I know probably many of you are probably feeling as well, this heaviness, this weight. And that's because there's a shift happening, one that's undeniable. The visions that we are all having are coming in super strong. The intuition that we are all experiencing hits, and those are hitting hard. They're undeniable. And some of us are seeing the warnings, and they seem to be getting louder. If you're feeling this call to trust yourself more, to prepare, to move differently, my sovereign sister, know you are not alone. The ancestors are speaking, and it's time to listen. At this time, we are witnessing something dangerous happening in the physical world, the Alien Enemy Act. It is quietly expanding, and Hispanic people are being added to the list of potential threats. If you come from a spiritual lineage that carries down the old ways, if you practice anything outside the mainstream religion, you need to be aware of what's happening and how to protect yourself. It is not just about politics. It is about survival. So today we are going to break down all of this. How to recognize and trust your visions without letting fear cloud your judgment. The spiritual war that's currently unfolding against us and what it means for us that practice the craft. The expansion of this crazy alien enemy act and why it's specifically targeting marginalized communities. And how to move and how to protect yourself and how to ensure your own survival spiritually, physically, and strategically. We do not fear. We do not fold. But we do move, sisters, with wisdom. So let's get into it. Oh, sisters, what can I say about this? A lot. And one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is trusting your vision and your intuition. There is currently a reason why your intuition has been screaming so loudly lately. It's been waking you up in the middle of the night, the 1 a.m. club, the 2 a.m. club, 3 a.m. club, 4 a.m. club, 5 a.m., 6, and so on. And it's waking us up with this sense of urgency, this sense of, is this it? And if you're like me and your dreams and your visions are coming in waves of symbols, visions, if you keep getting downloads that don't quite make sense yet, this is not paranoia. This is the call. Our ancestors have been through this before. They've seen the cycles repeat. They speak through us now and make sure that we are truly ready for this. And you can feel it. You can feel it every single second. You can feel it at every vision, symbol, synchronicity, download. It's all there, all the pieces. You just have to put it together. And so, how do we tell the difference, right, between what is our own fears that have been brought up through trauma and our intuition? How do we tell the difference? So when we are under stress, like we are currently, the game that they're playing in order to keep us always guessing, keep us afraid and what's going to come next, our mind begins to play tricks on us. Fear can make us see danger where there is none, while true intuition will always be very clear, very direct, and steady. So here's how to differentiate, especially you can use these podcasts that I've been putting out to see the difference. Fear is loud and chaotic. That is the Kristi Noem commercial. That is meant to instill fear. It spirals, it makes you panic, it leaves you feeling powerless. So, for instance, she tells you, well, you can come back, but you must self-deport first, right? Knowing damn well there's never going to be an opportunity to come back. So there's that fear. Intuition is clear, it is grounded. Since I was a young one, I had a reoccurring dream of running through and hiding in, I want to say they were like highway or roadway divots. And it would always come. And with a sound of like crashing shopping carts. And I've always been so afraid of it. I was afraid of it. Why? And so when I started looking into it, what I realized is that it was my intuition warning me of what was coming today in the now. The intuition that even if it brought a warning, it comes with a sense of knowing and calm determination of how I was supposed to move forward through that vision. And it's very clear. Fear tells you that everything is a threat. When we know that we have sisters we can trust in our community, we know that we have already started building sacred spaces for one another. Our groups may be small, but we are doing those. And so your intuition points out specific things you need to act on. So maybe it was dropping a sister out of your coven or releasing a energy vampire that's sucking life out of your group. Or, those are the type of things that your intuition was like, got to do it, got to handle it. Because you're trying to create a sacred space where we can be ourselves without fear. And so that is one thing that we will be always able to tell is that fear tells us everything is a threat. And so when we don't completely abide by that, we are being guided by our intuition. So let's talk about some techniques that can help you strengthen your intuition. I have a sister who is amazing at helping you unlock your own intuition. So if you're interested in maybe connecting with her, please give me a message in the comments below or go onto my website and send me a message or find me on Instagram and find me a message. However, and I will get you connected with her so that she can help guide you into strengthening your intuition. So Excuse me. With that, what are those core elements of strengthening your intuition? Those look like simple grounding practices. Before making any decision, making sure that you have grounded yourself down into the earth, touch the earth, breathe deep, pull that energy into yourself, and be aware of your present moment and allow whatever comes up for you to be heard because this is your intuition speaking. The second way is dreams or visions. And for me, it's my visions. And so you want to actually start keeping track of those. This is why today's uh, podcast is going to have the little thumbnail of just this crazy one card that I pulled when I was like, what in the hell is going on? How is this all going to go? And it was the Eight of Birds. It's like this tornado of things going on. And then there's these eight birds that are struggling and fighting to stay out of that swirling motion. And so it really makes you wonder what that has to do with anything, right? So I jotted it down. I wrote down notes that I felt about it so that when it does come back, especially over time, they will reveal the deeper meaning for you. Okay. Um, so making sure you're keeping journals or notes of what you're seeing. Divination as your confirmation. Again, this eight of birds that I saw, I was specific and question asked, what will they actually catch the fraud and the switching of all the votes to prove that Kamala won versus his ass? Are they going to find all that? And so that's when I just pulled a random, just opened it. There it was. And it's this tornado, and it's all these eight birds that think that they're the shit, right? Trying to stay with him. And there's a tornado that's taking them all down. So we'll see where that leads us. And so using divination as confirmations is going to help you. Usually when I do the podcast, I flip, but I have put my deck in the living room because I'm currently using it with something else. And I didn't want to grab another deck, even though I've got hundreds right there. Not hundreds, but enough right there. Um, Also using your pendulum, reading candle work, um, throwing ruins, throwing the bones. Uh, Even if it, you know, is showing you some stuff that you're not like happy about seeing, which a lot of us have been getting. These tools are giving us clarity when our intuition is being overwhelmed or questioned. So it gives us an extra layer. We also have a lot of abilities to use our ancestors. And using ancestral work or ancestor work is going to strengthen it. It's going to invite them in to help unlock or clear any blockages that you're currently going through. Set up an altar, an ancestor's altar, light a candle, ask them for their guidance because your bloodline carries vast amount of knowledge about this next step of our survival. So you just have to really start to, again, we're going back to the basics. We're focusing on our basics, making sure that they are strong and safeguarded. So let's talk about the spiritual war and the current suppression of the old ways. Throughout history, those in power have feared those of us that remember. The people who carry the knowledge, those who heal with herbs, those who speak to spirit, those who see the other side, those who can commune with those on the other side. Those are the ones that have always been persecuted. And right now, every turn, every moment we wake up, we are seeing that. We're seeing that same pattern begin to unfold. And with the rise of this authoritarian control, we're seeing laws and policies that are put into place that are quietly, right, targeting those who walk on alternative paths. And this is not a coincidence by any means. Those that practice the craft, those that embrace indigenous spirituality, those who reclaim the ways that were stolen from our ancestors, were always the first to be silenced when the oppressive authoritarians rise. And with the rise of authoritarian control, you see complacency. They know that the spiritually awakened people can't be controlled. We're all in tune. We're starting to all become on the same frequency. We're all starting to see the same things. We are all tuning into the same energy. And everything is happening now is happening for our ultimate good, even though it doesn't feel that way. So, you know me, I love to make sure that we're staying informed and we are staying in the know. And I want to talk again about the Aliens Enemy Act, and I will continue to do it. I am not apologetic for it. I am a Hispanic woman. My family is Hispanic, and this will affect us greatly. So the Alien Enemies Act was originally designed to allow the government to detain and deport non-citizens from countries that they consider a threat during times of war. But now we're seeing it used as something more sinister. These people being sent to El Salvador, put into this El Salvadorian hell camp. This is disgusting. Hispanic people are being added to the list under vague justifications. Just this weekend, another potentially 500,000 Hispanic people. Mind you, a good amount of them probably voted for this, but this is where we're at. They will be deported. They have from March 25th, which starts tomorrow, they have 30 days from tomorrow to self-deport. To self-deport people. They want people to leave the country. So what does this mean? It means the government is expanding its ability to detain people without trial. the Homeland Security ICE agent guy, Tom Hogan, the devil himself in the making, in my opinion, has already said any judges that get in their way are going to be dealt with. They are going around these judges. There is no policing of this. There is no, our country was built on an idea that we as human beings could act in good faith, could act with self-governance. And so right now, we don't have anything, any guardrails to prevent this from happening because it's always been on the premise that we have a just and and smart way of handling our own selves so that we don't have such corruptions. That was the idea. So what else it means is that people with ancestral ties, like indigenous practices or those seen as other, might be quietly marked as those that need to be removed. It means that if you're Hispanic, you practice brujeria, you practice santeria, you practice esperamo, the 21 divisions, voodoo, Ifa. Boy, I could go down the list. If you practice any of those or any other sacred tradition, you need to move wisely. Protect everything you have. Because when they come for us, they are going to take everything we have if we aren't protecting them. So protecting your identity and your digital presence is one of the ways you can do this. I don't want us reacting in fear. Moving yourself out of Meta, away from any of that that is currently already being used to oppress, keep track of, things like that, is not moving in fear. It's moving with power. So here's what you need to do to protect yourself and your practice. Again, protect your identity and your digital presence. Be mindful of what you're sharing online. If you need to and you feel compelled, use encrypted apps for sensitive conversations. Stay away from WhatsApp. WhatsApp is owned by Meta. They say it's encrypted, but it is not. This is how the January 6th committee was able to get a lot of the information that they got. So just be mindful of that. Begin to start to limit your digital footprint. Not everything needs to be posted. If you so sorry about that. I really needed to take that phone call. It was very important to take that phone call this morning. I apologize, but we are back. So again, not everything you do needs to be posted. Get a website, get a Mighty Network or another sister. She's using an amazing little app, Geneva, right? Use that one. Get on Blue Sky. Try to stay away from the Meta, the Instagram, the Snapchat, the WhatsApp. Keeping your sacred practices private. Some rituals are meant to be shared, while others are meant to be protected. You will not catch me on any of my apps full blown even here on YouTube, leaving it wide open to the public, any of my rituals. My rituals that I give to you because I'm told to give to you. So I keep those sacred. I don't share them. You won't catch me out there posting it on Instagram unless it's something basic, something that's already been out there all over the place, right? So again, others are just meant to be protected. It is really important right now to not give away any knowledge that can be used against you. What does that mean? The energy vampires. Those that we thought were our sisters that came into our covens to learn, supposedly, but were only there for freebies, free energy, free knowledge, so that they could turn around and build off of that in their own way to profit off of you. Okay. So again, don't give away any knowledge. Keep your practice offline when necessary. This is why there are some circles I won't record. If it was that sacred of a ritual or spell or um event that needs to be happening, I'm not going to put that on the YouTube. No, no, we won't be recording those. Those, if you are there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. So there's that. Also, to know your rights and study local laws. Right now, we are in certain states, we have the ability to still have the state protect us. So making sure that if you are approached by authorities or they come to your door, Hispanic people, we are all already waiting for the door to doors. You do not have to answer those questions without a lawyer present. I don't give a fuck what they say. Okay? There are ways that you can still protect yourself. Keep copies of legal resources in a safe spot. I have a to-go bag that has all of my stuff in it, ready to go in triplicate, ready, just in case. Also, it's important that you educate your community, your covens, about their rights. A lot of us have sisters that are spread out all over the country and world. So it's important that if you are leading, that you're expressing to them that it is important that they get out and learn their state laws about whatever they practice. Okay. And again, strengthening your spiritual protection, making sure that you're veiling and you're using your energy shields. Make them impenetrable. Make those shields as strong as they can be. If you need an assistance, get on my website. I have plenty of stuff that'll help you shield. And think about joining my coven for $47 a month. And I will be able to, one, put you under my umbrella shielding, which is very strong. And two, I'd be able to teach you how to shield yourself in your current location. So making sure that you are impenetrable right now is vital. Making sure you're using protective sigils, charms, amulets, making sure that they are steadily staying charged, carrying them with you, weave them into your daily life. Don't allow them to be dropped, keeping them going. If you wake up in the morning and you use protection oil or specific oil, draw your sigils in your oil onto your body, onto your candles, onto your doorways, onto your windowsills, everywhere, on your car, in your door of your frame of your car. on your steering wheel. Okay? Not where you put your hands, obviously, so you don't have a lot of slippage. But making sure that those are always on and woven into your daily practices. Getting real with your shadow work and your preparedness. This is not just about magic. This is about being mentally and emotionally prepared for what's coming. Because so many of us have been told we're to just sit back and allow it to fall and have trust and know in our soul's soul, everything deep down in our core, that we're going to be all right through this, that we will come out the other side as those that rebuild our communities. So again, this is not just about magic anymore. The path forward, this is why we're here. We all chose this specific time together to come back. Some of us have been given implanted cues in order to know you're on the right path. And some sisters will let you know in the comment below how intense those embedded cues that were in your DNA, that are in your everyday life, are now becoming crystal clear. So if you feel the urgency, if you're getting downloads and visions, it's because you were chosen to be here at this exact moment, listening right now, formulating your path forward. The road ahead, sisters, is not an easy one. And this is no time to doubt yourself. This is no time to hesitate or second guess or need a third or fourth opinion from another reader. You were given your gifts for a reason. The road ahead, again, is not easy, but you specifically that are hearing this now were built just for this. Your ancestors walked through fires, sisters, so that you could be here today to carry the knowledge that they were forced to hide. And now it's time to use it. Trust what you're feeling. Move in silence when necessary. Build your spiritual and physical defenses to be a castle that is fortified. Find your people. Find your sisters. And create safe spaces where you're at. Because yes, being online is nice. But mark my words, sisters, they're going to shut this down. This internet, it's too much. They can't control it. So they must shut it down. So remember that we are not victims. We are the warriors of the unseen. And so with that, my sisters, Ashe-o, may the ancestors guide you and your path with clarity and strength. Blessed be, standing in your power, unshaken and sovereign. Aho, walk with the wisdom, knowing you are the one that they've been waiting for. And Beneshones, protection over your whole spirit. May the fire in your soul stay bright and unbreakable, as we will survive this. So the sisters, my sovereign, beautiful goddesses, the time for waiting is over. Move with purpose, move with power, and know every day you are ready. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, and never bow to the storm.